Hello guys, in this video I'm going to do a quick test of a Harman Kardon subwoofer and a Jensen car amplifier that I got second hand for my car, and I'm going to include a quick kind of unboxing, although they are second hand, because I really like how they were packed and I thought you maybe would like to see how things should be packed. So let's get to it. Okay, let's start cutting into this thing. I have obviously already opened this once because it was sent to me with the option to open it when I receive it. But yeah, I really like how it was packed. Okay, you can see this folded newspapers. I put this scotch tape on the top of them because I wanted to be able to put everything back together, so they lift easily like this, and a lot of folded newspapers all around, so this thing survived without an issue in shipping, because as you may know, almost in every country shipping is kind of crap. Okay, I think we can pull this out, kind of, back again. Obviously this is what I did just to make sure they are okay. They were wrapped really well, they were not moving at all, and as you can see they were protected in all sides, not scratching each other, can't destroy the speaker here. So this, in my opinion, is the perfect way to ship stuff like this. Let's put this aside. You can see how bad my knife is. And hopefully this thing comes out. This is the amp. It's really heavy, so it's an A222 actually, HLX, the 250 watts peak. So I'm going to use this thing only for a subwoofer. It can be used for powering speakers, or a combination of speakers and subwoofer, but for me it will be just this subwoofer, so should be plenty enough. If you don't know about Jensen, it's an US brand from what I know. They are not the highest of high quality, but they are decent enough. And this is the subwoofer. As you can see, obviously it's a second-hand subwoofer, and this one most likely came from a, come on, where are you? Land Rover. I think they are used in the Mercedes-Benz, in BMW. They are decent subwoofers. I've done a bit of research online and they are decent subwoofers. It has a dual coil, and as you can see it's really thin, and yeah, this was the shape that I needed for my particular application, because I want to try and put it in my car from the trunk, so it will be like this put, or maybe the other way around if it's the hole is big enough in the metal plate in the trunk. I will see about that. Both options are decent enough for me. So yeah, no more talking. I'm going to hook these two things up and give them a try. Well, really bad news, guys. I had everything set up. I powered it on, it was playing, and it played for about 10 seconds and not even at maximum. And now it's rubbing. So it's off center, and it off centered itself. How this can happen, I have no clue. I never had this issue on a speaker that starts playing normally, absolutely no problem, and then in a few seconds it's off center and it's not playing anymore, or it's playing but really badly. So yeah, I have no clue. Maybe something, some dirt or metal somehow got inside the coil gap. I have no clue. I'm speechless. I need to investigate and see if I can fix this thing or what the hell I can do. Good news, guys. Not rubbing at all. I made this shim from some plastic, cut it from whatever I found around the house, and managed to put it in the coil gap from this side. It actually went in pretty far probably, and I took it all around a few times so it cleaned the gap, but those fragments are still somewhere around the magnet. So probably it will be very important the position in which I install this thing, if it draws the fragments in the gap or throws them away. So that remains to be seen. But the thing is, it's not off-centered. So I could use this thing again with some tape on it to try and take those out, or even try to open it, although I don't want that because this thing, as you can see, it's really thin and it was still disrupting the movement really badly. So this thing is not like your standard woofers. This thing has really small tolerances. So if I open it up, there is a chance I cannot center it properly again. The single thing that I can do now is try and play it and see if it does the same thing all over again and draws that in the gap or not. Hopefully not. Okay, let me walk you through what I did here. I didn't know the polarity on the speaker, so which was the positive and which was the negative. So I used one of this 9 volts battery, connected it to the speaker, just touch it repeatedly, and you want the membrane to go to the front, and when you see that, you see where your positive was and mark it. In my case it was here and diagonally there. So this is positive and this is positive. I made markings on the plastic under this, so you can see it now. So that's settled. It has two 4-ohm coils, two 4-ohm windings, how you want to call them. Tested that with a multimeter, so that's no longer required there. Took out this plastic ring around it. It's not necessary for me at the moment. It was just clipped in place, so that's out of the way. The amp is bridged. Let me just show you here. You can see I'm actually using don't really know. Let me just power everything off. Maybe I make a short circuit or something and then we have fun. You can see here from the right output I use is it negative? That's a bit weird. I might be doing it wrong. Let me just check the manual of this amp. Don't know if you can see here, but what's marked here, it's not the same thing as what you can find on the amp itself. You can see the negative for the left channel is in the corner and positive is next to the right channel. So I need positive from left with negative from right. If we look on this thing, yeah, positive is actually in the corner and not in the middle. And if I look closer, there are two scratches. So somebody actually scratched this thing so he doesn't forget where to connect. So this is connected completely wrong now. We are not running bridged. I really wonder why we even have some sound output. So yeah, that's not good. I will correct this thing. And just another thing, still in here. Hopefully I find it fast. This thing is actually rated at 4 ohms when it's bridged. So yeah, if I put these two windings in parallel, I get down to 2 ohms. So this might not like it. So I connected them in series, so we have 8 ohms. A little bit higher, it's no problem, but lower I might burn these things, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's that. I'm connected at the moment from my mobile phone to the low input. You have here gain level, it's to the maximum, but I will go down to the minimum when I connect this properly, because probably that was why I didn't get really high volume. And for power, I'm using Dell 18 amp 12 volt power supply from ultra small form factor PCs. It's giving me plenty power for this test. I will make a separate video showing you how to use this thing if you want to use a car amp in your house. Up to, I don't know, maybe 150 real watts. This thing will do the job. It's way easier and way more compact and safer than using a computer PSU, for example. I've seen people trying that, and I've tried that a few years back, and it's not quite as nice as having this thing. So yeah, redo wiring and let's test it. Okay, this is the song playing. And let me take the volume a little bit up. The wires obviously are not thick enough for this application, they are just for testing and they will probably rattle. I'm using my wife's phone, which is way better with audio than mine. And yeah, I forgot to tell you, we have low pass activated, so this is working as a subwoofer. So let's give it some volume. This might get quite loud, so yeah. Rattling is from the wires now. The wires are starting to get a bit hot, so I'm not going to do this anymore. As you can see, no more noise, so we are good to go. This thing is actually working. Let me just try a bit more volume just for a second to see some nice excursion. Hopefully we don't break it. It will be just a quick test. Can we do even more? I keep pushing it until I break something. But what the hell? It wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, you can see that everything is rattling around here. These are quite hot now. So what can I say? This about does it for this video. You can see my weird setup that many of you probably do not approve for this quick test. But yeah, it was a little bit of a scare with this thing. The amp doesn't even have an idea that it's actually running, so it will drive this speaker in 8 ohms without a problem. This PSU, again, no idea it's actually working, plenty of power there. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe, ask whatever you want in the comments. Sorry for my lack of knowledge in car audio. I'm really new to this. Actually, it's the first time I'm installing something like this in the car. I'm more of an in-house audio guy. But yeah, my current car has no bass. It's like it's only about 100 Hz or something. It's really punchy, but it has no low bass, so it's quite annoying for me. Okay, this is the same subwoofer mounted on the car. It's not rattling. That noise that you heard was just from free air. When it's mounted like this in the car, it's working perfectly, but I don't have the amp mounted yet. I'm just on the stock radio. So I changed the radio. We have a subwoofer output on this one, but it's not quite strong. I will crank up the volume, but it will not be able to drive this to the max. And the mic on the camera will clip a lot. Yeah, so this sub, it's doing its thing really well. I hope you can hear me talk. I will add that amp at a point in time, but for the moment this thing is awesome. Go Harman Kardon. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, subscribe to my channel, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.